Guys, sometimes when you look at function definition in Python, you might see that it takes two strange arguments, args and kwargs, right? If you have ever wondered that what these strange variables are or why your IDE defines them in main method, then this video is for you. Okay, we will see how we can use args and kwargs in function definition. We will see what is the use of single asterisk to unpack iterables and how to use two asterisks to unpack dictionaries. Okay, so let's start this tutorial. First, see what is args and kwargs in Python. Args and kwargs allow you to pass multiple arguments or keyword arguments to a function. Let's consider one example. If you want to add two numbers, this will return two numbers, right? It will sum and it will return. This function works fine, but it is limited to only two arguments. What if you need to sum a varying number of arguments where the specific number of arguments passed is only determined at runtime, right? Wouldn't it be great to create a function that could sum all the integers passed to it, no matter how many they are, right? Now it is limited. I have another method which will list. Okay, this would be a list of integer and I'm going to sum of all the numbers passed here in this list. Okay, and then you have to say result and you have to return it list one and then you can print it. Very simple. If you run the program, we have not written anything. We have to return result. Run the program again. So you will get the output as a 9. Okay, because the total of these numbers is so far so good, right? How we can use the args argument to produce the same output. Instead of list, you can say anything. Just put a asterisk, just comment this line, and instead of L1, you have to pass anything, right? 1, 3, and 5. You are able to pass on the same type of argument value, okay, in the method. We are not using any list, okay? If you're in the program, so the output would be the same. It is same, okay? And you can pass an n number of value, right? You see, you don't need this list value anymore. You can just pass on n number of arguments from here. You are just using asterisk here. You can take any name. If you want to take args, you can take args. It will work same as earlier. Okay, the output is still same, 71. Now you understood what is args. Okay, but what about kwargs? Instead of accepting positional argument, it accepts keyword or named argument, right? So you can define any name for your arguments. If you want to produce the same output with the help of kwargs, so what we can do, just create another function, right? And you can say double asterisk because it represents with double asterisk kwargs, right? And here we are saying instead of args, we need to get its value. We can say this is kwargs, some kwargs, and you have to pass on the input as a named value. Okay, named value. How we are saying named value? We are saying a equals 2, let's say 1. Okay, let's in the program. We have to change the name of the function. We forgot. Let's in the programs. You see the output is still the same because we have passed on the named value pair. Here we are saying we need to get the value of this dictionary's items. So this is a key of dictionary A, B, C, D, E, and these are the values for the items, right? Here we are saying we need to get all the values. In A, we will get the value of each dictionary item. You could see this is the difference between args and kwargs. If you want to check what is the type of this kwargs, so you can just simply say type and pass on your args. Then you will be able to see it's a type of dictionary. And this is the way how we can represent dictionary at the time when we pass some values. Okay, now it is clear. If you want to see that what is the type of this args, this you also can see. So it's a tuple type. If you want to get the key also in this method, you can also do, right? You have to say just items. This is other method, right? And you have to say A as a key and B as a value. So we are using b as a value, and in this 4 we can print key, and this would be our value, right? It's simple. Let's in the program again. So you will see, so the same thing which we have passed down here in the function, so you are able to see the same output. Okay, now let's see what is single asterisk to unpack iterables, right? So you are now able to use args and kwargs to define Python function that takes a varying number of input arguments. Okay, varying numbers, these numbers. Okay, so let's go a little deeper to understand something more about the unpacking operators, right? These are unpacking operators. We'll see. First, we see single asterisk, right? To unpack iterables. Iterables means this, we have iterables, the list. If you see this function, this is a add function we had created initially. We had not used it. Takes two arguments, a and b, and it is returning a plus b. If you have, let's say, one list, okay, you have two items in this list, and you want to use this function with the help of asterisk unpacking, you can do, let's say, print, I'm saying, and I'm saying add, okay, just pass on my L2, right? So this is unpacking, okay, because your list has two items and this function also accepts two arguments. It will work if you run the program. So it will give you the output as a 6 because two elements you have added into this list and two arguments this add function accepts. If you add another item here, then your add function will not work. Okay, because it will unpack three items from this iterable, but this add function will not allow because it accepts only two arguments. Let's see. You see, it will not. If you add another variable to this, then it will accept. You see, now it is accepting. So this is called iterable unpacking. Okay. If you want to produce the same thing with the help of arguments, args, you can still do the same thing. Okay. How? Let's say you have L2, right? And you want to pass on this L2 instead of this, right? You just say asterisk L2, right? It will give you the same output, right? 11. If you run the program, you see it produces 11 again because you have unpacked this list into this do sum which accepts args. Okay, this is a triple type. You are able to achieve it. One more thing you can do. Let's say you have L3 also. Okay, even you can take L4. So you can unpack all your iterables into the same method. You can pass on. It will decide at a runtime. Okay, right? So how you can do L2 asterisk L3 asterisk L4. Easy. If you run, so you will get output 21. And similarly, you can unpack L4 here. You can unpack L3 and L4 also, right? L3 and asterisk L4. It will work. Okay, because your add function will accept three arguments and you are passing three arguments 1 2 and 3. It will accept, the output will be 10. You see, now let's see how to unpack dictionaries, right? D1 equals to second dictionary, let's say Z. Okay, so these are two dictionary. If you want to unpack this dictionary, first unpack and then you can merge these dictionaries into single, right? We can take D3 double asterisk and then we say D1 and then we can say D2. Let's run. So you see, all key value pair combines into single one. You see, the output is this. Remember that the asterisk operator, right, works to any iterable object. Okay, it can also be used to unpack a string, right? If let's say you have a string coding, right, you can also unpack this, right? You can unpack this string and then print A. If you run this, you will see you are now able to use args and kwargs. We have learned so many things here. Okay, you can put your comment in the comment box. We will cover those questions and your queries in upcoming videos.
That brings us to the end of the today's video. We hope you found it informative and engaging. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on all things tech related. Thanks for watching and we will see you in the next video.